the volume nice and loud, cause we are controlling transmission with dance beats and R&B. You're in the mix with Lil Drummer Girl with your host, Dawn Marie.
Hey, it's Dawn Marie here from the Little Drummer Girl. Today we have a very special guest. Kana Leimbach is in the house. She is a drummer, percussionist, and she was 20 years old when she met the drum teacher Kawase Katshihiko in Osaka, Japan. And she learned all the drum basics and skills from him, and she joined a original rock music band called Carvell Puzzle, and also a Chaka Kahan tribute band, Stop in Savoy, as a percussionist. She wound up marrying an American in 1999 and moved to Florida. She slowly moved back into the Tampa music scene, joining bands such as Red Hawk, Perco Loco, All Stars, Magic, also known as Fencewalk, and Bobby G Summers. She moved back into the rock world when she joined the classic rock band Phoenix in 2010, and she joined three-piece girl rock band Undercover Betty in 2013. She received an award in February of 2015 for the 2014 Favorite Rock Drummer on Tampa Bay Music Network. Undercover Betty received the award for Favorite Rock Trio in 2014, and Undercover Betty is still active and is open for Vixen, Blondie, Wayland, Gilby Clark, and Jasmine Caine. Kana also continues to play New Orleans jazz and blues with the T-Bone Hamilton Band. So, without further ado, here's Kana. Hi, Kana. How are you doing tonight?
Hi, good. Thank you. How are you?
Awesome. I'm so glad you took the time to be here. Thank you so much. I know you have a very full schedule.
Yeah. So it's been pretty busy, but yeah, I'm so happy to have this time to talk to you. But thank you so much.
Oh, you're so welcome. Since we have a little bit of time together, is it okay if I start? Since we only have a little bit of time together, do you mind if we just start rocking out?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. So, when and why did you start playing drums?
When I was an elementary school student, I saw the girls like a marching band, and then so the girl, carried the big bass drum and play, and that it made me so like, wow, that's great, and I want to play the big bass drum. That thing is first time to I want to play drum. It was drum set yet, so. But, I started, I want to play the big bass drum or, snare drum, the kind of thing, so I just, saw the girls, marching band and first time, so it make me willing to, I want to play drum.
And how old were you when you felt that?
That time I was maybe 5th grade, I think. So,
okay.
Yeah.
So that's like, what, 8 or 9 years old?
Something like that, yeah.
Okay. Do you play any other instruments other than drums?
I tried to learn piano, but I didn't have a time to practice. And I tried it again, but it's the same thing. I didn't have a time to practice, so I gave up. But I think maybe in the future I would love to start learn the piano again.
It is a beautiful instrument, and I actually that was one of the first instruments I ever played was a piano, and it is very difficult. I think it's especially because you have to read the music, and it's not like drums where you can play by ear and get away with it.
It's funny.
So, what was the first song that you learned how to play on drums?
That song was Wave. It's like a bossa nova type of the song, and I think when I was 15 years old, I took class a little bit, and teacher gave me the song The Wave, and I liked it. So that was the first time to play bossa nova, and so.
All right, so the Brazilian style.
It was. Mm-hmm. Like I said, I was a really beginner, and it was playing a little bit, slower. So, but I love the rhythm. Yeah, it's awesome.
Is your family musical? Do you have family members who play as well?
No, but actually, my uncle, he was a professional trumpet player, and he used to, work like a TV, and I didn't talk to him a lot, what he had been done, but he after he I don't know get older, and he worked a club and then became like a the band producer, and he worked every night after his regular job. So, but he asked us to, do you want to? He asked me and my brother to learn playing trumpet, but we both didn't.
Oh wow!
It's a totally different instrument.
Was this in Japan or was this in the USA?
It's Japan.
Yeah. Oh wow,
mm-hmm.
That's awesome. So how often and for how long did you practice? Like how what kind of exercises did you do, and how often would you practice?
Recently, I really don't have a time to practice, long hour. I do practice every day. Minimum like 30 minutes or to the 1 hour. So I do practice American rudiment, to exercise, and also after warming up, and I do learning the songs, the kind of every day. Yeah.
Nice. And when you were younger, when you first started out, how often would you practice then?
Oh, that time, and actually I became seriously, I want to learn drums. It was when I was 20 years old, and then I met this great drum teacher, and there are many great drummers and girls drummer too. And that time, and every day, maybe between 6 or 8 hours every day.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a totally drum just to play drum for my life, it's really crazy, but I did it, yeah.
Well, that's why you're so good. I love watching you play with Undercover Betty. One of my favorite bands here in Florida. I love you guys.
Thank you so much. I miss you so much.
So how do you balance your music obligations with like your other obligations, like with family life and with your husband and things like that?
Yeah, after I get married with my husband, and it's totally, life, style has been changing, but I, make like time management, I, make time to practice, and, make time to spend time with him, and make time, it's needed to arrange the time, otherwise I just focus, what I want to do, so I try to make time and everything little by little. So that's what I do.
Nice, because I know it's complicated, especially if you work nights and he works days, or it's got to be complicated. And
it is.
Yeah, and he's a really great guy too.
Yeah, he supported me a lot, and also best thing is he loves music. That's a huge help.
That's great. So it goes to your shows, because I know when Kana's husband is a photographer, and he's really good at that. And I know he goes to your shows because I've seen him there, and it's just great to know that you have your man by your side who supports you like that, because there's a lot of people I think out there that they're not that lucky to have that. So it's definitely a blessing.
Yeah, I really appreciate him that he's supporting. It's a huge help, especially I have to carry the many parts. The drums have the many.
Oh, you move it yourself. Yeah, that's why I decided not to do it live. I'm like, I go freelance and I sit there. Okay, somebody's get set up good. It's a lot of work, and I just didn't want to do it. I have some back issues, and I thought, I'm not going to break my set down and carry it every time. It's a lot of work.
It is.
So do you teach music at all?
No, actually I don't. Sometimes people ask me, but I still don't have an interest in teaching music. So I don't know why. So, but still, I like performing. So maybe someday I may teach, kids, or but I don't do teaching music right now.
It's hard because I think, when it comes to teaching, you really need patience to sit there. And since drumming isn't something that you can just, sit on the kit and start playing anything because it takes a while before you get good. And that's the tough part. You're going to be putting the headphones on and trying not to listen to them bang on the drums. But were you influenced by any old records and tapes? And if so, which ones were your favorites to listen to?
And I was thinking, I listen to many different kinds of music, but I still remember I think Gino Vanelli, it's called Gino Vanelli, and the drummer was Vinny Cariuta. It's a very excellent drummer, and I love the way he plays drums, and I love the funk or R&B type of music, the Earth, Wind and the Fire, the kind of Aretha Franklin, the kind of Chaka Kahan, the kind of dance music. I love it. But still I love rock too. But I listen to many different kinds of music. It doesn't matter I like or I don't. I don't like it. I just try. So
that's great. And I think it's really important when a person can actually like all different styles of music, because I think that just makes your playing better, because you get to learn from every different genre of music. So you actually get a feel on different timing, and it's a great thing.
Mm.
Yeah. How do you handle when you make a mistake, or if you make a mistake during a performance?
That's an interesting question. Well, it depends on the situation. If it's totally obviously timing difference, and we have to change, huge change. That one we can continue, but in general, it's small mistake, and just keep going or smile, and okay. Of course, to make mistake, it's make me disappointed, sometimes, and make members, musicians disappointed. But just to keep encourage myself, okay, let's play next time. This is, I can play good. The kind of just don't disappoint it. Just to keep going, because
keep going.
We can. The song in the middle of the song, So, so just to keep going.
That's right. And, I think a lot of times people in the audience don't know you really made a mistake unless it was something like you knocked the drum over or something. They don't really know that because, you're the musician and they're not. So that's always a good thing.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So what would you say? Who would you say maybe is a famous musician that you really admire?
I like Sheila E. She's,
Sheila E. Yes.
Sheila, she's a great musician. Also, it's gorgeous and big smile and play drums properly, and it's a great show. And she make us so happy and encouraged. It's like she has a it's really. I don't know how I can describe it, but I like way she give the audience her energy. That's really it's like wow, that kind of musician. It's amazing, but
she is.
So I can say now the Sheila is. Yeah,
I actually saw her play once, finally, when she played with Tito Puente, God rest his soul.
Oh, yeah.
And, it was such a great show, and I was so excited to finally get a chance to see her, and the two of them, forget it, oh my gosh, it was amazing.
Yeah.
It was really amazing.
I saw Sheila E. When I lived in Japan one time. I went to Blue Note and the club Blue Note. And
they had a Blue Note in Japan?
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah,
okay.
There is. Yeah, and she's no big girl. She's it's very. She has a very small hand, and wow, she plays so powerfully. It's like wow, that is so inspired. She is great. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Does she still go out there and play? I haven't heard much about her lately, so I don't know if she still plays. I have to look her up.
Yeah, she's still. I think and make a new song. She's still amazing.
Okay, I have to look into that because I haven't heard anything. And then with Prince just passing away recently, that was really sad. And it's like they put together the two of them. That's how I remember learning about her.
It's just so sad, and many fans, many people are so shocked. I think so.
Yeah, it came out of nowhere. It just, but most times it does. And even last year, I think it was, or was it earlier this year, when Natalie Cole passed away. Yeah, I didn't even know she was ill either, and it's a shock because you don't expect it, and then all of a sudden, they're gone.
Like life, so.
Yeah, it's so fragile. It's so fleeting. And I always say, I know, God saved me a few times from different car accidents that I could have lost my life in, and I just feel like I've been very blessed that he saved me because you just don't know. You step outside on the curb of the street and boom, you could be gone, It's very, very quick.
Right.
So
exactly.
You mentioned that you practice Nichiren Buddhism and that your drumming is totally changed. Can you tell us about that a little bit?
Okay. The practice. Actually, when I started the practice, I think 20 years ago, and I was like studying myself and what should I do my future? Still continue to play music and with a band, or I want to maybe I should marry or I should not marry or something. And I was really, thinking of my life. So, and then the time, and then my ex-boyfriend, he practiced Nichiren Buddhism, and the concept is everyone has a limitless potential. And everyone can attain the Buddhahood in this lifetime. And, we don't have to practice like old style, and we can't Nammyo Horenge Kyo. So, but I love that everyone has a limitless potential. And then, we don't have to compare the other people. Each person is so unique. It's the kind of, concept. I love it. And
I love that.
I wanted to grow my, talent or, my life, expand it. So, but anyway, since, I started chanting, where I see the, my drumming or feel, it's actually totally, actually started changing. So I play drums, but it's not like, it's with my life, with my heart yet. So I love playing drums. I learned the drums and I can play drums, but it's not like, connecting with my life or soul, the kind of yet. So, but since I started, this practice and I can feel my life and the rhythm, and it's like a oneness, it's more, I can say that seriously to pay attention, the sound I can't see, but I can feel the kind of like a very difficult to explain, but it's totally changed. It is really, I feel like, this is so beautiful, even though I don't play complicated stuff or, and I don't have to try to, something special. Just I should what I want to play naturally, and I don't have to compare the other people. Each person is so unique and original. Just digging myself, I have a beautiful stuff in my life. The kind of the thinking is totally changed instead of the limited myself. So that part is totally changed my drumming and also life too. So if I didn't practice this Nichiren Buddhism, I believe I still live in Japan, and I think this is I totally changed the way I think and bring out my courage to go forward to challenge myself and then again challenge myself. And we need courage, but that chanting Nammyo Horenge Kyo bring out high life condition. So to, challenge, keep challenge. Everyone has the limitless potential. I love the concept. So
that is wonderful. So it's almost like you're playing on a spiritual level, because when you can let go of any kind of doubt about maybe your because sometimes everybody wants to be perfect, and there's really no such thing as perfection. Everything is like you say, everything is unique. So I guess when you can be free that way and let it go, then you're free to go to a different level. And then I think you're probably playing on a more of a spiritual level, because you're in tune with the spirit and the universe, and I think that has a lot to do with it. No?
Yeah. So it's like our life itself. It's how can I say, it's special, and already it's beautiful stuff. Each person have it, just we need to dig ourselves, see ourselves, but we always, started to compare or sometimes limit ourselves, the kind of things that happen. So, but you needed to courage to see ourselves, so, but it is, connected, chanting Nam-myoho Renge Kyo, it's like what you said, it's like it's a universal law, we call it, the Lotus Sutra, so, but, we, all is, life is so, it's beautiful, so since I started to practice this, and I, every day, and I can't, and see, life is so beautiful, and I want to play drums to make people happy instead of that. I want to play perfectly, the way I think it's. Before it's like that, I want to be, play perfectly. What is a perfect? It's sometimes thinking, it's my, desire or something. But, everyone is, so unique, and I don't have to limit myself. And, whatever I feel, I can play, the kind of more free feeling, came out.
I love that. And it's true. You have to be yourself, true to yourself. And you do have to, like we said earlier, just like let that go. And I think something happens because you're not focusing on the negative part of it, and you just like, I don't know, I think like when you're grateful, think of, it's like I try every night and every morning to be grateful and think of like 5 different things that I'm grateful for, so that I could just feel like, okay, I'm walking in a positive light, and I feel that I'm not having to say, oh my gosh, I didn't do this, and I'm beating myself up because I didn't do that, and I didn't get this done, and I didn't get that done. So I think that really makes a difference when you can just be free to be who you are, and I think the rest comes through the divine, and the divine intervention comes in there to lift you up to the next step, whatever. And it's amazing too. When I remember. This is going off on a tangent in a different direction, but I just wanted to say, like, sometimes if you, like, for instance, when you first got into drumming, did you find that all of a sudden you were meeting people in the music business or people who can help you with the drumming, or getting asked to do things with regards to drumming once you decided you were going to do that? Because I found that when I made the decision to start playing, I started to meet new drummers. I started to meet people who could help me get drums, and it was like a synchronicity, So it was just, I noticed that, like, say you bought a specific car and you never saw the car before, and then you buy the car, and then all of a sudden when you're driving the car, you start seeing your same car all over the place.
Okay. I think when I was I think 16 years old, and I started to look for the class, drum, teaching class. I found it, and I took a couple of classes, but I didn't like it. But I didn't hang out, and but I had interest in the teacher. He was like a kind of studio musician. And then I went to his studio to see how professional, people recording the kind of stuff. I, went there. And then I got to learn the drums. And then I think 4 years later, and then I still feel like I want to learn drums. I want to find a teacher, and I started at the restaurant I work, and I asked the manager and to actually he was a musician before, and I think he quit, and that's why I asked him. I'm a musician, and I want to learn drums, and he actually find his friend musician, and actually his friends yeah, was a drummer, and he is a great drummer, but he told me, if you want to drums, seriously, I can, introduce my teacher. He said, wow, he's great already, but he has a teacher. Okay, so I needed to, maybe almost 90 minutes to get to that class, and it was far away, and actually, when I went there first time, and I loved the class, and so many great drummers, and wow, I will come, even though it's very far away. So, and then that kind of things, I started to more connected other drummers, like a student, So
right, and that's what I was trying to say, because I know a lot of people sometimes, if they feel like they want to do it, but then maybe they're afraid to do it, or they have doubt. So, but when you let it go and you decide to step out and you try it, and then all of a sudden it's like you meet this one, and then you meet that one, and then this person helps you with that thing, and it's amazing how that happens, and that's part of that. I think it's part of the law of attraction, where whatever you want, it's out there, and just tell the universe what you want, and it'll come knocking at your door.
It's very difficult to find a teacher doesn't connect well. So I just keep going. Yeah, actually, before I met the teacher, I had to look for some places, and I didn't like it. It took a while. So, and then
by asking him, he helped you because you asked him, and something told you to ask him.
Yeah, my drum teacher.
It's like something told you to ask your boss, and then he put you into touch with the person who was gonna help.
His friends, and all musicians, and they're still working, and I really appreciate, that they look for the teacher, drum teacher for me. So it takes maybe 3-4 people between the last person. So,
that's amazing.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
And my drum teacher is a really amazing, teacher. I really appreciate. So
you're a lucky girl, because that's finding somebody who that you can trust and who's going to teach you. It's really, I think that's the greatest of all. Do you get nervous? Do you get nervous when you before performance?
Yes, I do.
You do?
Yeah, I do. Every time, actually. Yeah, every year I'm nervous. Yeah.
So what do you do to psych yourself up so that you can calm the nerves down? Do you have a practice or anything?
Yeah, it helps. And, of course, the warming up, relaxing the muscle. I always do the warming up a little bit before, started playing. And then also recently, I play every weekend, and the more I feel like everything is going to be okay. I encourage myself, even though something happens, maybe I drop the sticks or, make a mistake, that's okay. Everything is going to be okay. And just play, that kind of.
Just play and have fun, right?
I encourage myself, which means I can control myself. Yeah, that might be the best things to say. Yeah, I think I can control myself.
Awesome. And so, what advice would you offer upcoming musicians, and what would you do differently, if anything at all?
Well, I'm still challenging the part. Actually, I don't know. Yeah, actually, I don't know. I'm still challenging the part.
Okay. I mean, you've been playing for so many years, and it's funny because I think music is like mathematics. It's like it's infinite, and even when it comes to playing, like you say, because there's always a different stage, and there's different lighting, and there's different sound, and different acoustics. So every little aspect of every place you play in is a different scene, unless you play the same place every time, and you're lucky to play in the same place, but most likely you're not. And it's just, I always say if people are looking to just start out, I always say, don't worry about what can go wrong and just enjoy it and have fun with it. And, hey, if you mess up, nobody else is really going to know unless, like I said earlier, where you knock the drum down or something crazy. And if you break the stick, hey, you just grab another one. It's true. And I just say don't worry about it, because the stage fright is really, it can be crippling. And I know when I used to do theater, I would get so nervous getting on stage and being out there in front of an audience. You could see them sitting out there, and everybody's judging, and everyone's waiting for somebody to make a mistake. I think sometimes audiences could be very cruel that way.
Yeah.
But and then you get nauseous, and you can feel like sweaty, and your hands are sweating and stuff. So I learned to really try to just do a lot of deep breathing before I go out on the stage.
Yeah, that's a good.
That helps a little bit, just to keep just to calm the nerves down a little.
I remember when I start performance first time, it's the first performance, and it's while the vocalist is talking to the audience, I heard something in a very, very fast, the kind of the bass drum sound, and where does it come from? My feet was shaking. I didn't know that, and very fast, because it's like thrash metal or something like wow, and I was so nervous. Even I didn't notice it. My feet was shaking. So
I love it.
Yeah, it was fast. I still remember it. Okay.
Yeah, it's been a while, right? So, how do you promote your shows? I see you guys are playing all over the town, like in so many different venues and things like that. How do you promote your shows to get the butts in the seats?
We do using Facebook a lot, and promoting our flyers each time, and also bring the flyer at each club, and with the flyer has the short date, everything in the picture, and we do the kind of for the promoting a band now.
Nice. So do you have so you self promote? You don't have an agency that's promoting you?
Actually, we connect the agent promote us. No, we do by ourselves.
You do yourself. Okay.
Yeah, it's about.
No, that's great, and it must be really helpful now with social media, because I've been telling everybody, use your social media as much as you can, because it's free advertising. I mean, it doesn't cost you anything.
Right. Yeah,
and it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. Recently, everyone, almost everyone uses Facebook. That's so useful. So this is great.
Exactly.
Yeah. All the time with email, fax.
I know, and email's great too. But a lot of times people don't really look at their emails. Sometimes I know I get thousands of emails, and it's really hard. I try to stay on top of it, but it gets when I know I have to go through and try to see, okay, I don't want to miss something, and so it's nice when you have a place that that you can always go and look at something and say, okay, like I love the way you had all the shows listed. I printed it out because I thought this way I know when you're playing. I'm going to stop in and say hello and rock out with you girls, because you girls rock. Kana, we are almost out of time here. I would love to bring you back to the show another day down the line, and thank you so much for coming and being on the call today. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. That's great.
Awesome. And to those listening out there, thank you for joining us tonight. That really means a lot to me. Thank you so much for being there. And also, Kana, if there's some place, if they want to reach you, how can they find you?
Facebook.
Facebook. And what is it under?
Kana Leimbach. Kana Leimbach.
And that's Leimbach.
Perfect.
Yes.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And I'll also put that up in the show notes for the show as well. And do you have a website or anything else that you want people to follow you on?
Undercover Betty band I work, they have a website, but I don't have a website yet. So and just I use Facebook right now.
And that's undercoverbetty.com?
Yes, the Undercover Betty website is undercoverbetty.com. It's very simple. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. Again, for your listeners out there, thank you so much for listening tonight. And remember to come back next week. And thank you for being here. I wouldn't have a show if it weren't for you. And don't forget to check out The Little Drummer Girl with Dawn Marie Mutel at YouTube. The link is below in the show notes. And please, if you like the show, please subscribe and share it with your friends. We're also on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, and SoundCloud. And remember, it's never too late. Begin to live the life of your dreams and leave a trail blazing behind you. Rock on and rock out, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Namaste.